Good evening. I would like to call the February 13th, 2019 meeting of the Board of Education to order. At this time, I would like to ask Ms. Janet Rose and Ms. Dwan Kraft to lead us in the invocation.
Good evening. Death leaves a heartache no one can heal. Love leaves a memory no one can steal. On Friday, the hearts of many of us were broken upon hearing of the death of 19-year-old Jonathan Walker. Jonathan attended our schools in grades kindergarten through 7th grade before heading to Fork Union Military Academy, where he graduated. His parents, Sam and Emily Walker, are so very appreciative of all the prayers and many acts of kindness shown to their family over the last few days. Please keep the Walker family in your thoughts and prayers in the days ahead.
A quote from Robin Robinson: Life is all too often taken for granted by us all. Hug your babies tight and often. Tell your parents or those that raised you that they are special and that you appreciate all the sacrifices they have endured. Tell your friends and family how much they mean to you, as it is often them whom you lean on and look to for guidance, off and on throughout the years, and vice versa. Tell your spouse or significant other, I love you, every day, followed by a kiss or two whenever possible. I grew up next to Jonathan's grandparents, and I have known him since he was a baby. I ask that we have a moment of silence in memory of Jonathan and to keep his family in our thoughts and prayers in the coming days. Thank you.
I would like to call Principal Michelle Cowan from Currituck County Middle School to the podium. Currituck County Middle School is our school spotlight for the month of February.
Good evening, Madam Chairwoman and Board Superintendent Superintendent Stefanik. I have Nolan Law that's going to lead us in the pledge tonight.
I pledge allegiance to the flag and the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good evening. Last month, we heard from Currituck High School, and the band was showcased. To kind of show you where it all begins, we decided that Currituck Middle School would showcase our band as well, so that you can see the development across from 6th grade all the way to 12th. So without any further, I'm going to call Mr. Copenhaver, who is our band director at Currituck Middle School.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Pat Copenhaver, for those of you guys who don't know me, but I've seen many of y'all's faces at our concerts before, and I appreciate your support at our concerts. We can go and start with the PowerPoint. How do I start? There we go. Cool. All right, so Currituck County Middle School Raider Band. Our motto is better every day, and the kids know that literally if they are better than the day before, they're doing what they need to be doing. The Raider Band program has 141 students participating in 6th grade beginning, 7th grade intermediate, 8th grade advanced, and pep bands. It is twice as large as when I first started the program 6 years ago. I'm not going to sit here and read all of this, but music advocacy in our schools. I think we all know how important music is to the development of the whole child. It is the only activity that does use the right and left hemisphere of the brains as they're working through stuff. They need emotional intelligence to be able to communicate their music, but they also need technical ability, so it does use both hemispheres of the brain. Growth mindset is represented by our motto, better every day. So just read this one for you guys. This year at CCMS, we have delved into growth mindset in our PLCs. Music and band are all growth mindset classes. Band is all growth mindset all the time. My students know that they cannot say the word can't in my classroom because they know they can't get it yet. Each concert is better than their last, and mistakes in the classroom are okay as long as they don't make the same mistake twice. Hence our motto, better every day. Some group success stuff. The Raider Band, combined with the Moyock 8th grade band, has earned consistent superior ratings at the King's Dominion Festival of Music, where on June 1st, 2018, we were the highest scoring band of the day. We did beat a high school. We also earned a rating of excellent on stage and a superior in sight reading last year at music performance adjudication. We are preparing for that right now. We actually just came from a rehearsal that we had until 5 o'clock. Our pre-MPA concert for Moyak 8th grade band, our 8th grade band, and the high school concert and symphonic band. It's going to be next Thursday at 6:30 at the middle school if you guys want to come. It's a different kind of concert. It's a little bit more of an educational feel because we have judges in the back who are listening to us and giving us very, very valuable feedback. And then we've got about another week or so to put some tweaks on the music before we go off to the actual competition at West Craven High School. And we're hoping to bring back a superior in both categories this year. Come on, guys. So we've also had a lot of individual success. The Raider Band has had much individual success with the students placing into the NCBA Eastern District All-District Band. This year we had 5 students get into the band, as well as 2 from Moyak. They're here to tell you a little bit about the experience. CJ? You're a little short.
Our preparation for the all-district audition was strenuous, but it made us much better. We had to learn 7 scales by memory and a very challenging solo piece. The final component was preparing for a piece of music that we'd never seen before called sight reading. Learning these things was difficult, but improved us individually, thus improving the entire band. We spent many hours practicing, listening to the solo, and improving our sight reading process. We also spent a Saturday morning back in December at CCHS in a master class where the band directors brought in local music educators to help us. We were very thankful for their expertise.
Our audition was at EB Acock Middle School in Greenville. Once we signed in, we waited in the gymnasiums for our auditions to begin. Our numbers were called and we went into the warm-up room. Then we began the audition. The first room was the scale room, where we had to play 7 scales by memory. Then we went to play the selected solo. Finally, we went to the sight reading room, in which we had a piece of music that we had never seen before. We had 30 seconds to look at the 12 measures, then we had to play it to the best of our ability. Once finished, we went back to the gymnasium and eagerly waited for the results of our auditions.
At the clinician, our band director for the weekend is called a clinician. Our clinician was Mr. William Owens, a famous composer with over 200 commissioned pieces. He was commissioned to write a brand new piece for the symphonic band, and it was entitled To Her Majesty's Delight. It was about 3 different 17th century dances that Queen Elizabeth brought to England. Our performances Saturday afternoon was the world premiere of this piece, and I felt very proud to have been in it. In Mr. Owens' words, one of the first humans to perform my song.
Our concert took place in Wright Auditorium at East Carolina University and was one of the biggest auditoriums I have ever seen or performed in. I had the huge honor of playing there, which felt amazing, especially to have the amazing Mr. William Owens as our clinician. Alongside with Malachi, I made the symphonic band and am all-state eligible for the string bass, and because of that, I have the chance to do this all over again.
During the trip, I learned many things about myself and how I perform and work different than other band members. I understood that I was not the best mallet player, and I am in fact far from it. But some of the things that I do different, like my work ethic and my practice habits, earned me a place in concert band. I also learned how to blend in with the band and try not to stick out or play my part out because it could ruin the tone of the entire song.
So these kids all had to go and audition by themselves in a room with 2 band directors they'd never met before, and they did really, really well. CJ, playing trumpet, got 13th out of 76 place. Bell got 21st place out of 76. Dalton did really, really well and got 4th out of 36. Malachi got 6th out of 19. And Nolan was the only string bass, and he did a really, really good job, and he is also all-state eligible. So he'll take that audition on March 2nd. All right, and then I've got a parent who's going to come up and speak, Tammy.
Hi, I'm Tammy East, and I have two children, a son who attends CCMS and a daughter attending Currituck County High School. I am speaking with you tonight about how I feel music, in particular our music department, under the direction of Mr. K, Mr. Burgess, and Miss Levin, has influenced students and the effect it has not only on my children but also other children at the middle and high school. Being involved with the band has taught these students to be disciplined, responsible, and to manage their time wisely. They have learned to prepare for upcoming performances, concerts, and competitions while balancing a sometimes strenuous class load. During the week, they are scheduling their practice time around studying, sports, and let's face it, electronic time. They know they cannot practice at the last minute and ace an audition or a performance. They manage their time well, and if you have attended any performance, you see this is evident. On the weekends, during marching band season, they have learned that every minute counts. They are required to adhere to a strict schedule. Their time is managed from the moment they arrive at school to the moment they compete on the field to the moment they return back to school. Sometimes this can be an exhausting 18-hour day. There are no benches in band. Everyone participates. There are no substitutions, and the only time there is a rest or a break is when the last performance is finished. These experiences will prepare them well for the real world. Music has taught these students the valuable lesson of being hardworking, dedicated, and a team player. All are qualities needed for good work ethic. These students have learned the better they are individually, the more effective they are as a group. They all know they are an integral part of the whole, and each of them are important to the success of the band. They need to bring to the table their best, which is only achieved by working diligently individually with the ultimate goal of uniting for the benefit of the team. They each work tirelessly until perfection is reached. Our accomplished marching band is an example of a final result of these characteristics. On a more personal note, music has given my daughter the self-confidence she needs to be successful in life. She has gone from having severe stage fright to competing for every trumpet solo available. Thanks to Mr. K, he pushed her out of her comfort zone and encouraged her to perform her first solo in 6th grade, and to Mr. Burgess's continued support, she has set her fears aside. Because of her confidence, she auditioned, was accepted, and attended Governor's School for Instrumental Music, and has been a member of the North Carolina Eastern Autistic Band the past 4 years. Lily is now requested to play during Sunday services at many local churches, as well as ceremonial events throughout the local counties. I truly feel that without the influence of music and our music directors, Lily would not be the young, outgoing woman she is today. Not only has my daughter benefited from music, but it has positively influenced my son as well. My son uses music as an outlet tool for his emotions, and subsequently this has taught him self-control. He is able to express his emotions through playing his instruments rather than acting out. Music has been his therapy through these adolescent years. It has also been instrumental in helping my son achieve academic excellence. I truly believe having the ability to read and play music has helped him to focus efficiently, enabling him to overcome reading challenges, and has led to him excel in his classes throughout middle school. Thanks to Mr. K's and Mr. Burgess's encouragement, CJ has been able to juggle middle school band as well as a high school jazz band and marching band as an 8th grader. The qualities of time management, hard work, dedication, and responsibility that the Currituck Music Program teaches has made CJ into the successful honor student he is today. Music has given these students many characteristics that will be with them for life beyond the walls of CCMS, Milliock Middle, and Currituck County High School. I would like to add that in order for music to teach and give these qualities to students, it needs to be executed by outstanding band teachers. We are fortunate to have 3 fabulous band directors. I want to thank Mr. K, Mr. Burgess, and Miss Levin for enriching our children's lives through music and giving them the tools they need for the success of their future. They are with the kids not for a semester, not for 1 year, but for many years through middle and high school. They are together sometimes for several classes a day. then hours after school for practice, days at clinics and competitions, and weeks at band camp. They are a parental figure, a disciplinarian, and many times a confidant. There is an undeniable bond between the directors and these students. I'm sure all the parents are in agreement with me when I say thank you for allowing our children to be taught by such amazing people and allowing the music department to attend extracurricular events. All of the events, the band clinics, music performance adjudications, and competitions that you have allowed the students to participate in are molding our children to become successful, productive members of society.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
If the students would come up one at a time and state your name and the instrument that you play, that would be helpful.
How about the grade?
The grade, yes, the grade that you're in.
I'm Dalton Gay. I'm in 8th grade and I play mallets.
I am CJ East. I am in 8th grade and I play the trumpet.
My name is Isabel Nakurvis. I am in 8th grade and I play the trumpet.
My name is Malachi Moore, and I'm in 8th grade, and I play the tuba. My name is Nolan Wall. I'm in 8th grade, and I play the string bass.
Thank you very much. We're very proud of you, and keep up the good work.
Thank you. So we just want to say thank you one more time for giving us a little bit of chance to show off tonight and show what these guys are doing in the band trailer that we love so much over at Currituck Middle. We just have one more little video that we just wanted to show y'all with just some highlights of the band program. So sit back and enjoy.
Thank you.
So huge thanks to Miss Cindy Walker, our technology librarian over at the middle school. She helped us to put this PowerPoint together and this video that you guys just saw. So that concludes our presentation. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that Mr. Case?
Mr. K.
Okay.
Mr. K. You were the individual we spoke with when we were touring the school most recently in the trailer.
That was me, yeah.
And you were asking us for some soundproofing.
Soundproofing,
I think it
yeah.
was. I just was having an issue with
Ringing in the ears
they
at the
need-
end
they
of the
need-
day.
They need some soundproofing in
Okay.
their
And these kids, they're only in there for 46 minutes and their ears are ringing after one class. I mean, I'm in there for 6.
yes.
Right.
after 6 years.
Yeah, that's right.
What'd you say? Sometime. But yeah.
Totally get that.
Just a little bit.
Yes.
Well, thank you very much.
Work
I
on
appreciate
that.
everything
Hopefully
you
we
do.
can get that approved for you.
Get that. Great.
Thank you for all your hard work. You do a great job.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, not only does he spend a lot of time with the students, I've seen him in the orchestra for Mr. Buddy White's plays
Right.
before, too.
That's right.
Okay. Well, good. All right, at this time, we have Assistant Superintendent Renee Dowdy that's going to tell us about teacher performance bonuses and recognizing those individuals.
Good evening, Chairman Etheridge, members of the board, and Superintendent Stefanik. Dr. Lutz and I are pleased to come before you this evening to recognize some of our many outstanding educators here in Currituck County. Tonight, we are specifically highlighting those teachers who qualified to earn the Teacher Legislated Performance Bonuses. Those teachers can earn bonuses for the following areas: 3rd grade reading, 4th and 5th grade reading, 4th through 8th grade math, advanced placement, and industry certifications and credentials. Dr. Matt Lutz will recognize the elementary and middle school teachers who earned the aforementioned performance bonuses. Dr. Lutz.
Good evening. For a teacher in grades 3 through 8 to be eligible to earn a performance bonus, they must have completed the following. They have taught reading or math the previous school year, rank in the top 25% of the state or our local district based on EVOS scores in reading or math, and still be teaching here for us in Currituck County School District. Please join me in recognizing the following educators for their outstanding performance in grades 3 through 8 reading and/or math. Lindsay Adams, 3rd grade reading, top 25% in the state and LEA. When we call your name, if you would please come on up to the front. Is Lindsay here? Annette Markham, 3rd grade reading, top 25% in the state and LEA. Megan Matera, 3rd grade reading, top 25% in the LEA. Chelsea Eves, 3rd grade reading, top 25% LEA.
Woohoo!
Jeannie Philbrook, 4th grade reading, top 25% in the state and LEA. Karina Costello, 4th grade reading, top 25% in the state and the LEA. Dee Comfer, 4th grade reading, top 25% in the LEA. And Jeannie Philbrook again for 4th grade math, top 25% in the state and LEA. Kim Meidinger, 4th grade reading, top 25% in the state and LEA. Shelley Haskell, 4th grade reading, top 25% in the LEA. Paula Holler, 5th grade reading, top 25% in the state and LEA. Ashley Nixon, 5th grade reading, top 25% in the state and LEA. Stephanie Newport, 5th grade reading, top 25% in the state and LEA. Ashley Nixon, 5th grade reading, top 25% in the LEA. Caroline Keenan, 5th grade reading, top 25% in the LEA. Patty Coffey, 6th grade math, top 25% in the state and LEA. Ginger Newburn, 6th grade math, top 25% in the LEA. Karen Gazinski, 7th grade math, top 25% in the state and LEA. Jennifer Powell, 7th grade math, top 25% in both the state and LEA. Ashley Potter, 8th grade math, top 25% in the state and LEA. And Ginger Newburn again for 8th grade math, top 25% in the state and LEA. Well done. Let's give these staff members a round of applause once again.
All right, I'm going to take a group picture. So we'll squeeze in. Thank you. All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. You guys can have a seat now. Teachers who teach advanced placement courses developed through the College Board are also eligible to receive bonuses if they've taught an AP course the previous year and remain teaching in the same district during the current school year. AP teachers are awarded bonuses for students who score a level 3 or above on their respective AP exams. Please join me in recognizing those teachers earning a performance bonus for advanced placement courses. Deb Butler, AP Calculus at CCHS. Kim Mulwiney, AP Chemistry at CCHS. Zach Dearman, AP Language at CCHS. Valerie Person for AP Literature at Currituck County High School. Liz Brinker, AP Earth and Environmental Science at Currituck County High School. Robert Griffin, AP Statistics at Currituck County High School. Anita Rubino for AP Studio Art 2D and 3D at Currituck County High School. And Selena Jarvis for AP Government at Currituck County High School. Photo op. 1, 2, 3. Super. Thank you. Let's give these educators a round of applause. And finally, career and technical education teachers who've taught a course the previous year in which students can earn an industry certification or credential and are still employed in the Currituck County School District are also eligible for performance bonuses. CTE teachers are awarded bonuses for each industry certification or credential that their students attain. Please join me in recognizing the following CTE teachers. Ralph Lang, Serve Safe certification for his foods courses. Jeff Rhodes for the NCCER, National Center for Construction Education and Research certification for carpentry. Who's sporting his beautiful Carolina blue shirt tonight. All right, Jeff, you're the lone ranger man. I'll let Mark. Hey. Awesome. Congratulations, Jeff. One final time, let's give all of our educators a round of applause. County Schools is proud of these educators who qualified and all of our educators who do so much to support our students. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Dowdy. At this time, we have the public comment session. The public comment session is a time when an individual or a group can address the board about our schools. This is not a time to speak about issues. I'm sorry, I skipped the, okay, approval of agenda. We want to possibly approve the agenda with a few exemptions that Dr. Dobney is going to tell us about.
Yes, I would like to have removed from the consent agenda the summer school plan, and I'd also like to add to the consent agenda the board policy that allows us to pay teachers that are involved in an episode of violence.
Okay. Do I have a motion to approve?
I'll make a
Second.
motion.
Motion, and I have a second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries, approved. Public comment session. It's not a time when an individual or group can address the board about our schools. This is not a time to speak about issues or concerns involving identifiable personnel or students. Matters of this nature should be submitted in writing to the superintendent, and your concerns will be addressed. Individuals or groups will be called in the order in which they signed up and will be asked to limit their remarks to 3 minutes. Please state your name and your address. We have Ms. Denise Fallon.
Thank you. I'm the principal of J.P. Knapp Early College, so I guess that's my official address in this situation.
Feels like it
I
anyway.
just wanted to take a few minutes to talk about recruitment at J.P. Knapp. That is underway at our schools. I wanted to take this public forum to share some information with the public. So we've been to both middle schools, met with students there, met with teachers there, 8th grade teachers, and we also met with parents at both middle schools. The application window is already open. It opened February 1st, and it will close March 1st. So just that 1 month window. The information that we shared with parents in a PowerPoint is posted on our school website. So anybody that was unable to attend those meetings can certainly visit our school website for that information about our school, and of course explore other things on the website as well. We also had an open house February 6th for all 8th grade students that were interested in attending. I want to give out a special thanks to our students. They really help a lot with that, sharing information about our clubs, giving tours of the campus, and really answering questions that any students or parents may have. They have a unique perspective about what goes on at J.P. Knapp Early College. With that being said, to date, we have about 50 applicants so far. So we're about halfway through. This week will be about halfway through. So again, we're only taking applications from students that are currently in the 8th grade. So of course, both middle schools in Currituck County or anyone that lives in Currituck County can apply to be a student at J.P. Knapp Early College. So if a student is out there is listening and they're homeschooled or private school, again, if you live in Currituck, you're certainly eligible to apply. And so if you have any questions, you can call us at J.P. Knapp Early College. And again, I encourage folks to visit our website. So thank you for allowing me to share some information about our school.
Thank you, Ms. Fallon.
Thanks.
Ms. Fallon, how many potential openings would you have? I know you said you had 50.
We take about 75 students per year.
Yes, ma'am.
Last year, I think we had 132 applicants. And I say about 75. We have a few students that go to the traditional high school after their 9th grade year. Not many, very low number. Have some students that move, just like any other school would have. So our goal is to have 75 sort of at the end of that 9th, 10th grade year. So last year we took 82.
Yes, ma'am.
So 75 is the goal, but it's a little flexible.
Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you. Next, we have Melissa Reynolds. If she'd like to come forward and speak.
Hi, I'm Melissa Reynolds. I live at, I live at 104 Swan Drive in Currituck County. I know most of you. I think most of you know me. As you know, every day in Currituck County, there are children who come to school without their basic needs or readiness for a day of learning. They come from homes that are traumatic, neglectful, or just significantly economically disadvantaged. Also, every day in Currituck, many wonderful staff members from the schools across the county step up and embrace these children. They go beyond the role of teacher, administrator, nurse, counselor, or bus driver to help provide supplies, food, and love. What you may also know, or not, I'm not sure, is that there are also many citizens in the community that work to help to support these children and the staff that nurture them. They have come together to create various nonprofit organizations And by donating time, money, and resources, they strive to make a difference for our children and our schools. I am excited to be here tonight as a representative of a network of several community service organizations. On behalf of Currituck Kids Incorporated, Moyac Women's Club, One by One Food Pantry, Currituck Education Foundation, North Carolina Extension Backpack Program for Kids, Hunt's House for Kids, Currituck Family YMCA, and Currituck County Sheriff's Office Youth Camp, I would like to remind you of an upcoming event. It's a collaborative presentation as well as a meet and greet that we are calling Currituck County Cares. We hope to inform school staff of the support available to them and how to obtain it. There will be light refreshments served, and we will give people time to meet and discuss the common goal of helping the children of Currituck County. We ask that you please strongly consider joining us for this event and that you encourage the individual school administrators, central office staff, and select school staff such as nurses and counselors to also consider attending. We thank you very much for your time and look forward to seeing you on February 20th at the Cooperative Extension Center. I have paper copies of this that I have sent to you previously before tonight.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Melissa, I know of many of those organizations and the value that they are to our children, and thank you for working to bring this to the forefront for all of our school employees so they know what is available to help our students.
Well, I know that you know because you're in some of those organizations yourself, but also that there's so many things that the school staff do to take care of kids, and we want to know that they have help and resources available to them and help them
This
get to it.
been emailed to all of the staff?
To central office staff, administrators, counseling staff, nurses, and our, I think, athletic staff.
Okay.
Perhaps Dr. Lutz and Ms. Dowdy can send that on to all the teachers. Did you say you wanted
Or at
teachers?
least the principal, yeah, so it can be posted in the schools.
I think that Ms. Dowdy did offer to do that at one point, and I do think that we're going to try to start with just nursing and counseling and that kind of staff, just to the forefront of where the needs are, and maybe grow into an all-staff event in the future.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Melissa, thank you for caring.
This time we have Teresa Sawyer that's signed up to speak.
Good evening. I'm Teresa Sawyer, live in Moyac Elementary. Live at Moyac Elementary. I might as well live there.
You feel like you do.
I feel like I do sometimes, but that's because I love the kids and the staff. So I'm here representing the teacher assistants, and I work at Moyac as the MTSS K-5 instructional support. This school year has provided 3 district-required workdays for curriculum-based professional development. Prior to the beginning of the school year, I reached out to Dr. Lutz about a professional development idea at convocation for Currituck County's teacher assistants, instructional teacher assistants. When Dr. Lutz got back with me, the idea became required professional development for teacher assistants too. I was so excited. And teacher assistants across the state, just let me tell you, dream of this professional development opportunity offered to Currituck County's awesome instructional teacher assistants. The Title I team provided guided reading, group instruction activities using Jan Richardson's Next Step Forward in guided reading. Dana Parker and Athena Chastain provided timely knowledge using and applying and tracking behavior management techniques to use in the classroom to help teacher assistants know what they could provide to help with those needs. Positive feedback was received from an average of 35 K-8 teacher assistants attending in each session. They look forward to more sessions in next year. So I say thank you for providing this opportunity for not only instructional, educational, professional growth, but being able to network with our fellow teacher assistants across the county. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, at this time, is there anyone else that would like to speak? Maybe you didn't know you needed to sign up. Please come forward. And just state your name and your current address.
Sonia Dart in Walker, North Carolina. I was concerned about the process of a pre-K getting off the school bus. And I wanted to know exactly, I was told that someone had to be there. My child was left outside. He was furious. He's still furious. Nobody knows his situation. He's done started acting out in school. Since then, he was hiding underneath the steps when they found him, when a cable man was coming to the house to fix the cable. I went up to the school. I went through everybody, and everybody seems like, not everybody, but it seems like it's okay because that was one mistake. But that was one mistake for a child that parents stepped up to them about it. What about the ones that parents haven't stepped up? I'm not talking just for my son, even though it hurts my son. Every day he asks me, Mommy, you got a doctor's appointment, because he don't want to be left alone, thinking I'm not going to be back in time. I think that something should be done because it's not fair. My baby's jumping in his sleep at night. It hurts me to see him hurt. He is adopted. Don't nobody know his situation. So it's hard for me to get back into our everyday living because he don't quite understand. He's scared. He jumps all night. He take medicine to sleep. It's not helping. It's not helping. He's take medicine to be calm in school. It's not helping ever since the situation. The medicine, he was getting all smiley faces. For the last week, he's been getting sad faces. Somebody should be, not somebody. They had a substitute bus driver, but the monitor has been on the bus. Somebody's always there. I was like 10 minutes late. I went straight to the school. And a secretary started calling. No, the bus driver didn't answer or the monitor. When the call came back, and I know she called a good 10, 12 times or more. When the call came back, it was from the from the sheriff's department saying that he was left alone. I know I was late. I went right to the school to see do I need to wait there or do I need to go and meet the bus. Today a letter came out saying that somebody had to be there. It's like this happened why all of a sudden today, because they know I told them that I was going forward with it because something should be done. Today I get not just me, everybody get this letter. I think we need to stand up for our kids, because if we don't stand up for them, who's going to stand up for them? I know for myself, I have older ones that I stand up for, and I have my 4-year-old that I'm going to continue to stand up for. And he's scared to death, and I think we need to do something. Thank y'all for your time, and I hope we could go further with this.
Thank you very much. Student board member reports. Keelan, would you like to start?
Yes, ma'am. So to start it off, we have Moyock Elementary. In addition to the usual learning, playing, dreaming, and growing here at MES, this week is Bus Driver Appreciation Week, and we are so grateful for the CCS Transportation Department, bus drivers, and bus monitors. Next week, MES will be celebrating 100 days of the 2018-2019 school year, as well as hosting the children's author, Kim Norman. And Boosterthon kicks off next Wednesday with a school-wide pep rally. Next up is Jarvisburg Elementary. Jarvisburg Elementary School hosted a building full of historical figures at our annual Wax Museum. 13 News Now will be featuring our yearly tradition in its In Session segment on the morning news. Keep an eye out for us. JES also just launched its school-wide Zones of Regulation program. This program is utilized to teach students to recognize and identify their emotions using a color system. Over the next few months, students will learn different tools and strategies to get them out of the negative zones and into the positive ones. We are super excited about this initiative. In honor of the 100th day of school on February 19th, students and staff will be dressing as 100-year-olds. This is always such a fun day for us at JES. Keep your eye on our Facebook page to see all of the elderly ones that will be attending school that day. JES will be hosting Kim Norman on February 20th. She will share her experiences as an author and share her craft with all of our K-5 students. We will also hold a bingo night on February 21st from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Come on out and get your bingo on. Then it's Central Elementary. Central Elementary has been celebrating Black History Month through our morning announcements each day. A museum of artifacts in the library, and we'll have a celebration assembly with music provided by students and CES alumni. Avani Simmons will be sharing her grad school project, African Wear and Its Beginning, portrayed through African American literature. Please join us on February 20th at 9 a.m. All month long, CES is also showing support to our local animal shelter through the collection of items, as well as raising funds to help support a dog at Southern Hope Animal Rescue, who needs a special chair in order to eat. Students are also encouraged to send in pictures of their pets to be displayed in our hallway. Come visit us at CES. And then from Shawborough Elementary, Boosterthon is back. Our Mustangs are collecting sponsors for their individual laps during our Mustang Fun Run. Our students have been participating in character building lessons over the past 8 days, leading up to our event on February 14th at 1 p.m. Each student will receive a free lap tracking t-shirt thanks to our community sponsors, Next Care of Elizabeth City, Bazemore Septic, Hammerhead Remodeling, LG Beaner's Bakery, Big Daddy's Pizza, Mutton Jeff's Country Kitchen, Bud's Water Conditioning, Currituck YMCA, BA Mechanical, Corbo Custom Homes, Odom Lawn Care, and Garrett Farms. Thank you for your support. And then I pass it off to Sydney.
Good evening. I'll start with Griggs Elementary School. February is a busy month for our Mallards. February 1st, students participated in PBIS Reward Day. It was also Class Picture Day. February 8th, students were recognized at our second 9 Weeks Awards Assembly. Our 5th graders are super excited to be participating in the Pinewood Derby race on February 15th. On February 19th, we will be celebrating the 100th day of school. Our students and staff will be dressing up as if they are 100 years old. Author Kim Norman will be visiting our students on February 20th. I will now continue on with Knott's Island Elementary School. KI kids are loving all the activities that the school year is bringing. Mr. Wright's Thursdays after school PE club is keeping the students physically active and social during the winter months. Game night brought back old school board games last Friday night. Students and staff are working on spreading kindness everywhere during Valentine Week, February 11th through the 15th. This week is also Love the Bus Driver Week, where we get to let our drivers know how much they are appreciated. 5th grade students will be participating in the Derby Day on February 15th. The Keep Knott's Island Clean posters are due on February 22nd. Students are working hard on their Reading Across the Rainbow Challenge. March 1st is the big celebration of literacy at Knott's Island Elementary. Students will celebrate Dr. Seuss Day through STEM activities in the classroom, a birthday celebration, and read together in the gym. And they read 3,700 books by Dr. Seuss's birthday. On March 1st, they will get to Silly String Miss Gorza. The day is clapped off with a fractured fairy tale STEM night. I will now go on with Currituck County Middle School.
Happy Valentine's Day to our board members. February has been a terrific month in the Raider Nation. This week is Valentine Week at CCMS. Our Beta Club students are facilitating operations. Kind Heart students are encouraged to write heartfelt messages on hearts, and they are displayed in the front lobby. In the Media Center, our Raider Roundtable is sponsoring a chalkboard walk of positivity. This is a place for students to take sticky notes containing positive messages to others. Thursday is Show Your Raider Love, and all students and staff will be wearing their Raider Spirit gear. We will conclude our Valentine Week with a good old-fashioned 8th grade versus staff basketball game. Our media specialist, Cindy Walker, was the recipient of a grant from the Education Foundation. This grant will be used to provide materials for our makerspace. Our 7th and 8th grade course students will be traveling to Campbell University to perform in the MPA, where they will be scored on music performance and sight reading on March 8th. We also had 5 students qualify for the all-district band a few weeks ago. Our winter sports session is coming to an end. Both our basketball teams had successful seasons. Our boys finished 4th in the conference and our girls finished 2nd. CCMS hosted this year's conference cheer competition and it was a huge success. Our wrestlers will wrap up their season this coming weekend. Go Raiders! I will now pass it on to Mallory.
All right. I'm going to start with Moyock Middle School. We celebrated Counselor Appreciation Week last week. Gifts were provided to Ms. Jateau for all she does for our students. Our second Parent Technology Night on the 5th was a success. Staff provided many sessions on the ins and outs of Google Classroom and PowerSchool for parents. PTO provided light refreshments. Wow, I can't talk today. Penny War happened this week. Funds will be used for the School Safety Initiative to improve the flow of traffic at pickup and drop-off. The grade level with the most funds raised gets an ice cream party. FFA week is coming up, the 19th through the 22nd. Various activities planned throughout the week, including theme days. The spring sports tryouts begin on the 20th. Our FFA chapter will participate in the first ever Ag Olympics at the high school on the 21st. Science Olympiad team will travel on Saturday the 23rd to Greenville to compete. Currituck Middle will be sending their team with Moyock Middle, and we wish them luck. Beta induction is on the 26th at 6 p.m., and CTE is beginning to host career cafe moments during student lunches. Each session will have different community members coming to speak to the students about career exploration. Thank you to Haley Bartolotta for beginning this initiative. On to JPNAP. JPNAP welcomes 2 new staff members this semester. Anna Thomas teaching 9th grade English and Journalism, and Virginia Swallen teaching Biology and Physical Science. A special thanks to the 62 JPNAP 11th graders that participated in a practice digital SAT research study on Friday, February 8th. This program we participated in will result in $1,400 incentive award for JPNAP. Way to go, Spartans. February 11th through 14th is the JPNAP ACT Blitz Week. The Blitz is the final phase of preparation for the ACT. The ACT will be given at NAP on February 20th to all 11th graders. We have a few assemblies scheduled for students in the next couple of weeks, including Healthy Dating Assembly on February 18th and the Save a Life Tour on February 16th. Beta is also sponsoring a blood drive on the 25th in the JPNAP gym. On March 1st, JPNAP will host its first Almost Adulting Forum for all seniors and super seniors. This is a mandatory event for all seniors tied to senior seminar goals. Topics for the forum include workplace etiquette, making connections through networking, expanding opportunities through internships, how to improve communications, self-advocacy, budgeting, finance, and managing stress. JPNAP staff are very excited to partner with community members to host this forum. There is no COA that day. And to finish us off with Currituck County High School. As our semester begins, Currituck County High continues to prepare for its work as an AP capstone school as personnel are identified to receive specialized training this summer in offering this unique research and seminar sequence. CCHS was the recipient this week of a $500 grant to support math and science instruction by the ExxonMobil Foundation and Little Oil Company. Yesterday, students and staff were treated to the sounds of a Navy band, whose members also helped instruct young people as they prepare for the next state assessment cycle.
Our thanks to the band director Lee Burgess for helping make such opportunities available on campus. We wish the best to several individual winter sports season athletes who will begin traveling across North Carolina to represent the high school in a state competition this weekend, and to our spring student athletes as tryouts commence this week. We enjoyed a banner event on February 5th as rings were presented to the members of our state championship volleyball team at halftime of the girls' varsity basketball game. Many thanks to all the generous members of our community who helped raise funds for these wonderful remembrances. And that's it.
Thank you, Keelan, Sydney, and Mallory. I appreciate it. At this time, turn it over to Superintendent Stefanik to ask about field trip requests.
You can see a pretty extensive list of field trips. A lot of those were highlighted. You can see the different band competitions and award bands that the students participated in. State wrestling, they had their regional tournament this past weekend, and we have 2 wrestlers going on to the state championships. And so the state championship is listed for February 14th through 16th. You see the Eastern Region Orchestra is coming up at the end of the month, along with a welding competition in Jacksonville, Florida, that our CTE students get a chance to participate in. I think there are 1 or 2 that are heading to Florida coming up here at the end of the month. FFA, with their Mega Leadership Conference, is coming up at the beginning of March. FBLA at the end of March, and the Science Club is going to have a field trip at Northwest River Park over a weekend, April 12th through the 14th. As you see on there, our field trips, they're not contained inside of North Carolina anymore. Right. We got 3 different states represented in our field trip request this month.
That's wonderful. Okay, next we need to take action on the consent agenda. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda?
I make a motion.
Second.
Any discussion? No discussion, okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All opposed?
Aye.
The agenda is approved. Information items. We have a work session scheduled for March 13th at Knapp Professional Learning Center starting at 4 o'clock. But prior to that, we're going to be touring a few of the schools earlier in the day. And then we have our Board of Education meeting that evening here at the courthouse at 6:30. Board member and superintendent comments. We'll start with Ms. Rose.
Well, I'd just like to give a shout out to our PE teachers this month since it's February and Healthy Heart Month. I know they work hard to teach our students healthy habits, and I appreciate that. I'd also like to recognize all of our bus drivers. This is Bus Driver Appreciation Week for getting our students to and from school safely. And then you folks in the audience probably did not see, but our buses are taking students all over, as they said, 3 different states. We've got band, we've got track, wrestling, orchestra, welding, FFA, FBLA. I want to give a shout out to those teachers and coaches who go above and beyond to give these students other opportunities, because all of these events are longer than the typical teaching day. And I appreciate them giving their extra time to do that for our students.
Thank you. Mr. Currituck?
Well, I'd like to also talk about the fact that these buses are traveling not only all over North Carolina. We had 3 trips to Greenville, we had 1 to Winston-Salem, 1 to Schwansboro, 1 to Greensboro, 2 to Greensboro. And yet we also had 1 to Jacksonville, Florida, and Chesapeake, Virginia. And so what I'd like to do is have the Tourism Advisory Board and some of their occupancy tax dollars think real hard about letting us do the activity bus wrap promotion, where we could have our activity buses wrapped with Currituck Tourism on the front, on the back and the 2 sides, and we could utilize some of the occupancy tax promotional advertising dollars to help offset some of the funding that's going on in the school system without putting a hardship on the local taxpayer. We have, our schools are funded 64th out of 115 in the state now. That's after local, federal, and state dollars. 82 in the state at 115, 108 in federal. So we need to think outside the box. No, it's not all dollars, but it does matter. Dollars do help elevate the level of service. And by no means is anybody not putting forward their all, but we need to have some more resources in order to provide the level of service that we aspire to. So with that, I toured 5 schools with the majority of the board and Superintendent Stepanek. We're looking at capital and classroom sizes, and there was some capital needs that we've put on a list and hopefully will be addressed. I'm also happy to report to you, I mentioned it before, but I'm going to go ahead and just talk about it again, that we did hire the last instructor in the elementary level to eradicate combination classes where one teacher was teaching 2 grades. And that's real important to me. I've been talking about it for a long time. When I first started talking about it, people acted like I was speaking a foreign language. But with the help of this board and some of the K-3 class size mandates put forward by the state, we don't have that in this county anymore. I'm real happy about that. And lastly, I'd just like to say happy Valentine's Day, and God bless Currituck County.
Thank you. Dr. Dobney?
Yes, I visited the Wax Museum at Jarvisburg and found out 2 interesting things. One, I share the same birth date with Susan B. Anthony, the month and day, that is, not the year. Otherwise, I'd be 199 this Friday. Also found out that Amelia Earhart gave flying lessons to Eleanor Roosevelt, which I thought was very interesting. One place I won't be attending would be Jarvisburg on February 19th, because I might get confused as a 100-year-old. Assistant Superintendent Renee Dowdy, Superintendent Mark Stefanik, Don Monroe, the CTE Director, and myself met with COA President Weininger and his assistant, and also 2 teachers from Camden to see if there's anything that we could do to help each other provide, trade programs, because right now they're almost non-existent in our area. And by trade programs, I mean in electrical, HVAC, plumbing, which is kind of interesting because State Superintendent Mark Johnson sent a flyer out today that speaks to, that trade programs could be one of the options that students have. But he also didn't mention that North Carolina still hasn't changed their one-size-fits-all diploma. Everybody that graduates from high school needs to be able to go to one of the UNC system schools. Given my druthers, I'd rather have, an electrician or an HVAC person that knows how to read a trade manual as opposed to describing the symbolism in Hamlet's soliloquy, or be able to take some tech math and know how to use it rather than take trig. And that's what's happening right now. So hopefully, before my term is up, we can get something done as far as better services to students in the trades. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Ms. Kraft?
Yes, I visited all of our schools this month, 5 of them with the rest of the board members as we looked at capital outlay and class sizes and that kind of thing, or classroom space. I also read at Moyock Elementary School. I went to the art show at JP Knapp, and I attended the ring celebration of the volleyball team state championship, as well as visiting the Wax Museum. I was amazed at the talent. Every year I say that, but this year I was complimenting one of the students on their costume, and she said she told me that one of the other students made it. So I went over and talked to her, and she had in fact designed and made the costume. So these are fourth graders, and they're just amazing. Every time I go, I learn something new. So thank you, and happy Valentine's to everyone.
Superintendent Stefanik?
Thank you, Ms. Etheridge. Dr. Domney brought up that he learns something new every time he goes to the Wax Museum. I do the same thing. I go down there and see if they can stump the superintendent. And I was surprised that I didn't know something about some of my Ohio friends, the Wright brothers. I did not know that one of the Wright brothers. Yeah, they're from Ohio. Yeah, that's where they're from. But one of the Wright brothers actually died in a plane accident, and I didn't know that. That was just a couple years after they flew down here in North Carolina, invented flight. He built one of his own planes and had a crash in his own plane, and that's how he died. So that was a new one for me. And I also thought that Andy Griffith was from this area, and down in Manteo, but he's from Mount Airy, and so now it all makes sense because there's an area over by Mount Airy called Pilot Mountain, and Mount Pilot, that's the Andy Griffith show, and so that's where he was born, and so now it all makes sense to me how the two ends of North Carolina connect for Andy Griffith.
Well, no, summer home there.
Well, I thought he had he had an actual home in Manteo, and he has a summer home almost in Corolla, I think, up on Highway 12 someplace. So, yeah. So, anyways, that's Wax Museum. Going to the teacher awards tonight, very significant, the number of teachers that you heard introduced that were in the top 25% in the state. There's only a certain number that can be in the top 25% in the county, but the number from the state is significant. That means that those teachers and their students from those classes are achieving at levels that are in very elite company across the state. And so I appreciate the work that those teachers do and all the teachers that they do with our students. We are growing our students, and we're becoming better versed in the state standards. And so if I was a betting person, I would say that number of teachers receiving these bonuses is going to grow in Currituck County. So congratulations to our teachers for the work that they do with our students.
Yes.
Hey, didn't Andy Griffith start his acting career in the Lost Colony?
I think so. Mm-hmm.
Yes, he was at the Lost Colony and graduated with a music degree from UNC Chapel Hill and taught music, I believe, at Goldsboro High School. Right. Wow. So he started out as a teacher, and then he went into the acting realm.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mr. Stefanik and I will be attending an Innovation and Leadership Dinner and Program next week in Raleigh with North Carolina Superintendent Mark Johnson. We're looking forward to that, and they promise that there's some great things happening in our state. So I'm excited to hear what those things are. They will be making major announcements for the education system. Again, our heartfelt condolences go out to the Walker family with the loss of their son, Jonathan. Funeral services are scheduled for February 16th at 11 a.m. at Christ Episcopal Church in Elizabeth City. Following the service, there will be a celebration of life at Currituck County Middle School if you would like to attend. At this time, I'd like to ask for a motion.
So move.
During the meeting.
Second.
Second. Have a first and a second. Any discussion? Meeting adjourned.